Hey friends, good morning. It's nice and snowy outside. It's about 6:30. Um, I have yet to go into. There's all these cars going here, so we're just gonna walk down here. I got Mixmaster Mike here with me. Mixmaster Duke. Hey Duke, what's up? That's my killer. Hey killer, what's up? Let's go. So, what's going on and why am I doing this? It's really early. It's really cold. Well, I'm going to talk about this ice tub. I'm going to talk about what I've learned and what's happened. So, as some of you know who's been watching, I bought an ice tub last January, and when I got it, I started doing ice plunges on January 16th last year, and right away, pins and needles, pain to the extreme. It's cold, and when you jump into that thing, and the ice attaches and hits your skin, it feels nothing like. It's not a happy feeling, but it's cold, and you do not want to sit in it, and you jump out quick. So I did that for about a week straight, but I could only sit in it for about 5 to 10 seconds. But slowly and surely, my friend Shirley, slowly, but evidently, my willpower became stronger. I wanted to do it more. I wanted to see what was going to happen, and what had happened was quite interesting. Last year, I became very manic in the first part of the year, because I was just jumping in like 2 or 3 times a day. It felt so good after getting out of the tub. You get into the tub and you're phenomenally cold, like it's like death-defying cold. And as a result of that, you want to get out. But when you pass the barrier, you go past a certain time frame, you are automatically, it calms, you're just calm. You just get to a calming place, you're super calm. And when you get out of the tub, you have this unbelievable, beautiful feeling. It's like a euphoric experience. Very similar to like the first time I did really bad drugs. Very similar to the first time I did anything that gave me a really buzzed, good feeling. So I knew I had found something that worked. I watched a lot of videos on ice plunging. No, I didn't follow Joe Rogan. I'm a man's man. I don't need Joe Rogan. But I did watch the Wim Hof guy. I did watch all the stuff on him. I did read all the reports, the medical reports, and thought to myself, some of this makes sense, so I'm just going to keep doing it. Well, lo and behold, 3 months later, and I'd lost over 30 pounds. Now, during that time, I also, over the years, have expressed a lot of interest in eating. I believe eating is a absolute amazing way of getting rid of pharmaceutical medication. As some of you know also, I've worked with kids, very vulnerable kids. They've come into my group home under the influence of a gamut of medication, pharmaceutical drugs. And you watch them over a 3-month period. The best was when the kids came into my home and they were under house arrest. They couldn't leave my house. And after eating the healthy food that I had, they started feeling better, and they started working out with me. They started training. I had the staff that would help them work out, and I'd stabilize them. Ultimately, the house arrest things stopped, and they went back to their peers, Just a second. My dog seems to have found a mouse or something. Come on, buddy. And ultimately, they make bad decisions and they go back to where they were. Now, as an adult, we have different choices. So I did continue this, And in May, so it was April 15th, April 16th, I did a video like I had lost 30 pounds. I like went from like 290 pounds to 260, like, or 200, I think it was 289 down to 250. So I lost like 40 pounds. It's unbelievable. So in May, I had a kinesiologist and unfortunately jumped into a pool to do my aerobic exercises, and compound fracture in 2 parts of my back, one in my midsection. Didn't really show on the MRIs, but there's a bit of a bulge, but my neck's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And slowly over the next month or so, I started getting depressed again. I slowly stopped picking up the bags of ice to put them in. I couldn't do it anymore. And I went on a trip last summer for 7 weeks, drove across the province, and it was quite an amazing opportunity. Made a lot of contacts throughout the province in the scope of addictions, mental health, homelessness, this F thing that's going on. And in December, I found out that my back is, my neck's really bad. A lot of problems with hypersensitivity now, not running down my legs to my feet. You know, when I walk on my left foot right now, it feels like it's a blood blister. It's gonna pop every time I put pressure to it. And the same thing happens now with my right side upper. So my right hand, for instance, right now, as I'm holding this, holding my camera equipment, pain is pain. So next, so I decided I can't lift these ice bags anymore. So I got myself an ice tub, like a cooler, an ice cooler, a water cooler. So I had bought the water cooler. I bought this new Recover thing where you get the water cooler, you got a new tub, and you got some hoses so that the water goes through the hoses, and it just keeps everything at a really cold rate. And I started it again. This is also the same time that I stopped taking the medication. So like December 2023, I stopped taking every painkiller, everything, and went on Suboxone last year, and shit, that was a mess. That's an absolute messy drug. Ultimately, it helped me so that I didn't have to go through a painful physical withdrawal, but I did go through some other stuff. Mentally, psychosomatically, my brain signals weren't firing properly. Everything was dull and null, and I didn't feel, my happy feelings last year disappeared. And last December, I knew I had to, last December being 3 months ago, I had to change. So got the new tub. New tub is too small. Now I bought a newer tub. Now I can actually get in that bad boy and sit in it and lay in it, which is phenomenal. So what have I learned? What have I learned? What has the ice tub given me? Well, pretty simple. I have to go through pain to get to the other side, to ultimately make myself available to feel amazing. And it's amazing. People must think I'm like that dude, like whatever his name is, Chevy Chase. I'm walking down, you know, I live in a postal code of Vancouver that's like fairly wealthy, and this is just kind of what my neighborhood looks like. Like, we've got these big, beautiful homes, and there's just snow everywhere. It's so amazing. It's just so amazing. They filmed that movie, part of that movie, Planet of the Apes, up here because of these trees above our street. It's absolutely crazy, awesome. So what have I learned? Well, in the past 30 days, I've lost 12 pounds now in 34 days, which is absolutely crazy. There's my buddy. He's happy this morning. All right, can I take a video of him? Sure. What's up, buddy? This is my friend. He always hangs out with me. It's actually Zoe. Is it Zoe? It's Zoe. Dude, and my dog's just like killer. Sometimes Zoe, we're walking and Zoe leaves his parent and wants to come home with me.
Yeah, Zoe gets scared by the little dog.
We get I think Zoe knows every day Duke gets a bone, like a thigh bone, an inch and a half cut from the butcher shop. And I think yes, that's what's going on there, hey? Hey, how you doing? You good? Oh yeah. Duke, get out of his bum.
Okay.
Anyways, God bless. Don't mind the crazy old guy with his house coat on walking through the neighborhood at 6 in the morning. Look at this poor lady. Use the brush. Are you cold? Are you cold?
No,
Isn't it awesome?
it's amazing.
It's so beautiful, isn't it? Where are you from?
I'm from Belgium.
Belgium. Oh, so you know this this weather.
Just the same amount.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, eh? We just don't get enough. I wish we had a little bit more
Yeah,
snow.
we should have it in November, not in February. And we walk.
When I
The dogs love it. Huh?
Yeah, I know.
And I
When I grew up in BC back in the 80s, by Halloween, by mid-October, we had 3 feet of snow. And it didn't leave until the end of October. End of April.
know. I
Yeah.
remember going to school in a sled from
Yeah!
November to February.
Yeah, it's awesome, eh? Awesome. Look at this guy's taking a video of me. He's like, what is this guy doing? Oh, now he's noticed that I saw him and then he backed off. Hi. People, my neighbors think I'm a bit mad. My neighbors think I'm a bit mad. This guy's like, I'm talking to his wife, and he's like, what is going on? Like, legitimately, right, folks? Like, I'm like, here, let me show you here what I'm wearing. There, what are you doing? I'm literally wearing like no boots. You just gotta have fun in life. So, what have I learned? Well, I've learned that pain is inevitable. People, you're gonna go through pain in life. But this sloth, this deadly sin called sloth, greed. So let's talk about greed. We get to greed. We want what other people have. We want this, we want the North American dream. And that's what we want. We want the North American dream. We want the North American dream, and people strive to get it. And then what happens is they ultimately get some money. Now my hand's really starting to hurt. Holy small. So it just comes and it just goes. Now I can't touch anything. So they get greedy, they get things. They start buying a nice couch and a nice TV, and then they start eating bad food. And then slowly they get in these habits that aren't very effective. They're not really healthy. And as a result, they get depressed because they're not out touching the leaves, smelling the snow, playing in the water, doing all the things that they need to do. Here we got another one. You having fun? Having fun? Oh, yeah.
A girl?
A boy. Yeah. I couldn't have a girl. I have to have the boy dogs. Hey, boss. Got my neighbors. Anyways, so yeah, we're getting this lax, and we're getting lax, and it's just not a healthy place to be. So ultimately, to reset, you got to jump in the tub. So what have I learned? Pain is inevitable. Make it your friend. Know that it's not going to kill you, but ultimately it's going to slap back and it's going to hurt you. So if you do that in an unfortunate situation, your life will feel better. I am on about day 47 of having been taking narcotics since 2007, September. So let's do this. 17, so 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 17 years, 17 and a half years taking narcotics for pain management. And ultimately, man, I'd sure like to have some PRN. PRN means just when I need to take some, I can take some. But ultimately, that's the way the doctors should prescribe that stuff, you know. Take a pill every couple of days if you need a breakthrough. But this everyday stuff, this is where the doctors have made an absolute mistake. I really don't know if some of the doctors knew what they were doing, but they did it, and that's what it is. Anyways, I'm grateful. God bless. Oh, it feels nice. I'm gonna go jump in my tub now. Maybe I'll make a snow angel. So, this is the Arctic ice. So it's got a cover here. It does its work. It works. There's the chiller. It's at 49 degrees. I've got all the piping. I put in a good water filter there. There's really good pump. It looks like it's piping. Just a touch of a leak there. But it's just been nothing but fabulous. Backyard with my little garden that I'm gonna grow. Not today, folks. That's a little bit of snow. Anyways, as you've seen, I just went through my my tub. I showed you how I put it together. In total, I'll tell you how much it costs. I'll tell you how much it costs. I think about $1,200 in total. But it beats buying bags of ice. Having to get to and from when I'm not driving, and a lot of times I'm cabbing or whatever, or asking friends for rides so that I can fill up my freezer. Ultimately, this tub is way more efficient than the other round new recover. They lied. They said that it was bigger and wider, but I got it, and it wasn't bigger and wider. This is bigger and wider, and it's sitting at 49 degrees. So I'm not sure exactly what that is. It's cold. And the other thing that I'm absolutely blown away, I think this is week 6, right? And the reality is I'm down to 264 pounds or 65 pounds. And when I started, what was I? I was at, when I started, I was at 279 pounds. So this is cold. But you know what? There's only one way to do it. 30. Again, just 30 seconds, right? My chilies. Chilies. Oh, this brings me back to football days. I got my toes up here, eh? Now, again, right? Like, it's good. Like, I'm good. I can't believe how much weight I've lost, too. It's pretty amazing. So what is it like out in the snow? You know what? It's different. When you're out in the cold, it's different. But you'd think I'd be cold, but to be honest, like, this is the crazy weird thing, right? Like, right now, I'm, like, warmer than I was just before getting into the tub with my robe off. And I could almost feel like my internal, like my skin is like a wall. It's a bit chilly on the outside, but inside it's just nice and warm. Oh, it's such a good feeling.